welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Angela and I am a senior at McGill University here in beautiful Montreal, Quebec. And this week I'm going to take you along with me and see what I spend in a week as a college student. I feel like a big part of adulting is just figuring out your personal finances and coming up with a budget and everything. And I've been trying to do a lot more research into that recently. That's kind of why I wanted to make this video, not only to show you how much everything is here in Montreal, but also for my personal finances to see how much I'm spending. And so at the end of this video, I'm going to go through all of my expenses and kind of calculate everything out. So if you just want to see all of that, you can just skip all the way to the end of the video. But for now, I'm just going to take you along with me for my week and see what I get up to and what I end up spending money on. Heated up my lunch, which is some pasta with these veggie balls that I picked up from IKEA because I didn't have their normal IKEA meatballs last time I went. But I'm gonna eat this and then I'm going to Google some cafes that hopefully I haven't been to or that I have been to and choose one to go study at today. I think I'm gonna go to Cafe Anja, which is a super cute Persian cafe nearby. I've been there once, but just super briefly to grab a drink with a friend. I think I remember it having pretty good study vibes. If you know me, you know that I don't like studying at the library because I think it's just like a little bit too serious and I prefer to have background noise when I study. So that's why I study at cafes so much. And also I just think it's like such a good way to get to know the city more. I think Montreal has so many beautiful cafes, and I think in the past like 2 months that I've been back to school, I've probably been to over 10 cafes already. I like to eat before and after going to a cafe, so like have lunch and then go to a cafe and then come back for dinner, so then I won't be hungry and buy food at the cafe because that can get really expensive. So I just like to get a drink and pretty much work there for like 5 hours if I can. Home after studying at Cafe Anja for literally like 5 hours straight. It's such a cute little cafe. I got their Persian fog, which was delicious. But now it is 6 p.m. and I am going to make myself some dinner. I usually try to cook at home as much as I can. So I just made myself some curry udon with tofu and I'm going to watch Survivor. So I finished eating dinner and watching my episode of Survivor, and now I'm going to watch another Hallmark Christmas movie. I am addicted to these. I've literally watched like 5 in the past 2 days. And while I do that, I'm just going to do my laundry as well. A great thing about my place here is that we do have in-unit washer and dryer here. It's like a really big reason why my roommate and I chose this apartment, because the other one that we were considering doesn't have an in-unit washer and dryer, and it's just so much more convenient to have that. So I'm going to throw my clothes in the laundry and watch a couple of Christmas movies, and then I think I'm gonna call it a night. So today I have spent a total of $5.50 on my Persian fog at Cafe Anja, which is not bad. Good morning, it is currently 10:30 on Friday and I am craving Montreal bagels, but my favorite bagel shop, Saint-Viateau, is super far away and it is raining outside today, so I don't really want to go all the way over to Mile End. So I'm thinking of just going to this new bagel shop that I saw on Park that I passed by, and it looks pretty nice inside. So I'm wondering if I can eat and study there for the day, like a cafe. So I'm gonna go check that out and get myself a smoked salmon bagel because I am craving that really bad right now. I need some caffeine right now, so I might go to Starbucks and grab a matcha latte, but don't worry, I'm not paying for it because I have a bunch of points that I can use. I just got home and I am already late for my dinner at my friend James's place. I was supposed to make rice and bring it over, but I did not have time to do that. So I'm literally just gonna grab some rice, bring the rice cooker over to James's and cook it there. I did do a bunch of spending today, so I am going to update you on that a little bit later. I don't have time right now. So I just got back from my friend James's place. It is currently 1:30 in the morning and it was a lot of fun. We had butter chicken for dinner and we filmed like a little mukbang, and now I'm home and I'm going to show you what I ended up picking up today. So I basically studied at La Fabrique Bagel, which is like the bagel shop that I was at, for like 6 hours, and then afterwards I went over to my friend Natasha's place to pick up my roommate's umbrella and see her cat, which was so cute. And then on my way back home I went over to Dollarama to pick up a couple of things because it was on my way. So I got some Christmas decorations for my room. So I got this cute little snowflake from Dollarama. It was $1.50. I also got another one of these garlands, and this was $2.50. And I also picked up this little decoration thingy, and this was $2. I also picked up some Christmas cards. I bought 3 of these boxes of Christmas cards. They were all $1.25 each. After I went to Dollarama, I went to the Uniprix, which is right next door, and I got us a corkscrew. It was on sale for $3.99, and we have been needing a corkscrew for so long because our favorite bottle of rosé has a cork and we can never open it. We always have to borrow our friends. And then I just picked up 2 of these packs of tissues because I don't have any that I can just take along with me right now. And they were only 50 cents each. So in total for Friday, I ended up spending $26.85 today. Good morning, it is Saturday and I am about to head out for my club meeting, which I have every single Saturday, but afterwards I don't really have any plans for the day, so we'll see what I end up doing. Right now I'm just gonna go heat up my free bagel from yesterday and then head out to the library. So I'm back at my apartment. It is now 6:30, and as you saw this morning after my meeting, I went to Chinatown with my friends to go eat at a Hong Kong restaurant called Restaurant Ethan, and I ordered a barbecue duck noodle soup and an iced red bean drink, and that came out to a total of $14.38. And then whenever I'm in Chinatown, I always end up going to Old Montreal afterwards because it's so close by. So my friend Selena and I went to go find a cafe there to study at, and we ended up at Cafe Tommy, and I ordered a Lucky Charms decaf latte there, which was really delicious and so cute, but it was super expensive. It came out to $8.62. But we studied there for 3 hours, and now I am home and I'm gonna make myself some dinner. Before I make dinner, I am going to put up my Christmas decorations that I bought yesterday because I'm super excited about them. after going to the cloakroom bar with my friend Kelly. It was so much fun. We had to wait for quite a while, but the speakeasy itself is super cute, and they don't have a menu, so they do customized cocktails, and the bartender just makes you your drink on the spot based on what you tell him are your preferences. So our drinks were really good. With tax and tip, it came out to $20.07 for mine. So in total today, for my lunch, my latte at the cafe, and for my cocktail at Cloakroom, it came out to $43.07. Good morning, it is Sunday, and right now I am headed out to meet one of my friends that I met on exchange in Taiwan for brunch at Le Passé Composé, which is in Gay Village. I'm back at my place now after having brunch with my friend Ariane, who I met when I was on exchange in Taiwan, and I haven't seen her in over a year and a half now, I think, which is crazy. We went to Le Passé Composé and had a delicious brunch. I ordered the poached eggs with foie gras, which I've never tried before, and I didn't think I was gonna like it, but it was actually so delicious, but also super expensive. So that meal, including tax and tip, came out to $38.35, which is definitely pretty pricey, but it was at one of the best brunch places in all of Montreal, so I think it was worth it. Definitely expensive, so I'm going to try not to eat out for the rest of the week. But now I am back home. I was thinking of going to study at a cafe, but I should not spend any more money, so I'm going to study for my test here. And then at 4 p.m. I have my karaoke reservation, so I'm going to head over to Pang Pang Karaoke for that. Hello, I am back at my apartment now. My friends just left, but I'm currently watching the Adele One Night Only special, which I'm super excited about because I am a huge Adele fan. I may have spent some more money after literally saying that I wasn't gonna eat out. I literally had dinner out. So basically, we went to karaoke, and for 3 hours, split between all of us, it was only $9.41 for 3 hours of karaoke, which is not bad at all. It was so much fun. And then afterwards, we went to the restaurant right next to it. It's a Korean restaurant called Shea Bong, and I ended up getting like jjajangmyeon with jampong, and with tax and tip and everything, that came out to $21.51. So for my brunch this morning at Le Passé Composé, my karaoke at Pang Pang, and my dinner at Shea Bong, I ended up spending $69.27 today, which is definitely higher than most days. I probably shouldn't have eaten dinner out today, but it was really good, and all I can do is kind of try not to spend anything for the next 3 days. We'll see. I usually don't spend that much money during my school days because I kind of just go from home to the Bronfman building for my classes and then back, and so I eat at home. Morning, it is now Monday, and I have my first online class in about 10 minutes, but before that I am just eating some blueberries with some Greek yogurt. This is my breakfast, and then I'll have lunch after my class is over. But today in the afternoon I just have my classes from 2:30 to 5:30, and then I'll probably come home and cook, so hopefully I do not spend any money today, but we will see. I finished my first class online, and now I just made myself a little bit of lunch. I heated up some leftover curry udon that I still had, and then I made myself a little omelet for some protein. And now I'm gonna eat this and watch a little bit of YouTube, and then I will change and head out to my classes at 2:30. So I just made myself some dinner. I heated up the leftover like jampong soup that I had yesterday and added some ramen and some chicken. And now I am going to eat and watch some TV, and then I'm gonna study for the rest of the night, but I don't plan on going out after this, obviously, as you can tell, because I am back in my pajamas. So today I successfully spent $0. Morning, it is now Tuesday. I have my 3-hour negotiations course in around 45 minutes, so I'm going to go and make myself some lunch. Just made myself an omelet, and I'm gonna eat this and then head out to my class. So I'm just packing up my bag to head out to class. Oh, look outside, it's snowing. I don't think you can see it, but it is the first snow. That's so exciting. Apartment, and today my friend Kelly couldn't make it to the cafe, so I decided to study at Bronfman instead, which is my business building. So I ended up spending no money, which is always good. So now I am going to make myself some dinner. So I just finished dinner, and now I am going to study for my test that I have tomorrow, and then work out with my friend Katie at 8 p.m. But I just do that in my room, so I don't spend any money on gym membership or anything like that. But yeah, I'm not gonna spend any money after this, so I'm just gonna call it a day for now, and I will see you tomorrow. It is Wednesday, and I just finished my first online class, and now I am going to make myself some lunch and then continue to study for my test today. Alrighty, as usual, I made myself an omelet with spinach, and I have an apple, and I'm going to drink some kombucha with that. So I'm home after my 2 classes today. My test went really well. It was very straightforward, so that was good. And now I'm gonna make myself some dinner. I think I'm just gonna make myself a burrito bowl. So I just finished cooking my dinner, and that pot is probably gonna last me a good like 3 or 4 more meals because I made so much food. So I have leftovers for a while now, which is great as a college student because then I can just heat it up and eat that. But right now I'm just going to eat my dinner and then watch the latest episode of The Bachelorette. And then after that, I will go through all of my expenses with you. Alrighty, so we made it to the end of the video, and I have added up all of my expenses. I just have my computer here, and I'm gonna go through them. I've divided them into my variable expenses and my fixed expenses. So starting with my variable expenses, as you can probably tell from this vlog, I love food and cafes, so the bulk of my expenses were really from dining out, whether that was at cafes, restaurants, or bars. I ended up spending $119.78 in total, which is the largest area of expenses that I had. But for me, I love studying at cafes. I love trying new restaurants because that is really how I explore the city. Obviously, it can get really expensive because of the sales tax here in Montreal, which is 15%, and it's also customary to tip around 15 to 20% when you dine out, so that really adds to it. I don't really order takeout at all. If I'm gonna be at home eating, I'm gonna be cooking for myself, but in terms of dining out, I do try to limit that to 3 meals a week because it can definitely get really, really pricey. But moving on to shopping, I ended up spending in total $16.95 just on my Christmas decorations and then the corkscrew as well. I haven't really shopped for clothing in a really long time because I bought a bunch of stuff earlier in the year and I don't really have a need for any new clothes right now. Black Friday is coming up in 2 weeks, so I'm really just trying to wait it out until then before I spend any money on like shopping or anything like that. In terms of activities, I did end up spending a total of $9.41, which was just on karaoke. For karaoke, that's a pretty cheap price. In terms of groceries, I didn't buy any groceries this week, but if you watched my last video, you saw that I went to Costco, so that's why I didn't really need to buy any groceries this week. In terms of my grocery runs, I usually go every 2 weeks and I spend about $50. each time, so it's around $25 a week roughly. If you do want to see what I buy and cook in a week as a college student, let me know in the comments below and I can make a video about that. And then I also didn't mention this when I went to brunch with my friend, but I did take the metro, and a metro/bus ticket does cost $3.50 usually, or $6.50 for two, and so I had an extra one from my last time, so it was basically $3.25 if I include that. It is pretty expensive, so that's why I try to walk everywhere, and it's also pretty hard to like get to the further places, so I do end up staying like around downtown a lot. In total, my variable expenses added up to $174.39. I think that's like a pretty good representation of how much I end up spending every week. So now moving on to my fixed expenses. In terms of my phone bill, it is $35 a month plus tax, so it's around $40 a month, so it's $10 a week. And then in terms of my rent, I pay $1,000 per month for my apartment that I share with my roommate Celine. Everything in our apartment was brand new when we moved in. It's fully furnished and it's right in downtown Montreal, so I personally think that that's a pretty decent price. I know people who pay less, I know people who pay more, so I think $1,000 per month in Montreal is pretty decent for what I'm getting, at least. So that's $250 a week. For my apartment, hydro is not included, so that's for like electricity and heating. Last month our bill was $44 between the two of us, so $22 a month. So in terms of a weekly cost, it's around $5.5 a week, but we were also like not really using our heating back then, so it probably is just gonna keep going up in the winter. In terms of our internet, we do pay $57.49 for the both of us per month, so per month that's $28.75 each, and then per week it's $7.19. And then in terms of subscriptions, I do not pay for any subscriptions because I literally mooch off my sister for Netflix, her Prime account, and her Spotify, so that is just the perks of being a younger sister. In total, that brings us to $273, and I didn't include tuition in that because it's kind of like complicated to calculate with scholarships and all of that, so I just left it out. But for me, my tuition at McGill is roughly $5,000 a semester, and that is the out of province price because I'm not from Quebec. It's way lower for people who are from Quebec. Those are all of my expenses for the week. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. If you did, make sure to give it a like and subscribe for more videos if you want to see more of my life here in Montreal as a student at McGill University, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!